Then we got
Get her done.
Bama Crimson Tide.
Hey,
All right,
I don't give a piss about number.
This is how you dress when you're 3-0.
Bro, I was born ready for this shit.
Are we ready to talk about football? What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Morning Wood.
What?
We are your hosts. This is a sports show hosted by
Yeah.
two idiots. We are those two idiots. I'm Matthew. I'm wearing a dress. This is Jason. People call him J Biggs. He bets on sports.
I do that.
And we're your hosts. Welcome to Morning Wood, baby.
Welcome back, baby.
We're talking about football. This weekend is electric. Football, I love it. A lot of good games. We're going to talk about it. Let's start with top of the morning news. Chargers.
Sorry.
Chargers safety.
Again.
It's okay. Charger safety Derwin James. You're allowed to interrupt me whenever you want. Charger safety Derwin James is suspended for one game for reportedly breaking player safety rules or repeatedly breaking player safety rules, including the game on Sunday against the Steelers. I saw this hit.
No fun league.
And I'm
Kinda
actually
soft, right?
like...
Kind of soft? I saw that hit too.
Kind of maybe like a dumbed down version. This is a soft league.
Yeah.
That hit was not bad at all. Like it was actually a good hit. When it happened, I was like, ooh, that was nice. And they fined him, and he's not allowed to play on Sunday because
that's the first time I ever seen that before. Like usually you get a fine or whatever, helmet to helmet or whatever it was, but like being suspended one game for a hit
for
like
repeatedly breaking player safety rules.
Maybe you did it earlier that I'm not early in the game, but earlier in the season.
Maybe even last year, but he's a big safety. Like that's how he plays. Like there's, I've watched Derwin as many times.
I mean, Ed Reed would have never played if that was a rule. Like
this guy right here would not be playing football.
Just jumping over the line of scrimmage. Yeah, like I don't know what the flag is, but like that's a flag.
That's you can't do that. Yeah, he's gone for a game. I think this is a baloney, suspension. I saw the hit. I think it was fine. Especially, bro, when you watch the Steelers play football or the Ravens, or you grew up watching them, like that hit was that's like an everyday hit on Sunday. So that's stupid. But moving on, we got Panthers wide receiver Adam Thielen. He is placed on IR with a hamstring injury. This is actually due. He suffered this on the touchdown pass, the dot from the Red Rocket.
Tough loss for them.
Unfortunate, man.
Especially now when
they won.
Good.
The only thing good to happen, and there's still negative that comes out of it. But yeah, he will miss at least 4 weeks. I don't know. I don't even know how you injure a hamstring like that. Like he got landed on. I don't think you pull it. Maybe it's like a strain or something. I don't know. But
yeah.
We'll get more information, hopefully another speedy recovery. And then the last injury is Bengals 10-year veteran right tackle Trent Brown is out for the season. He tears a tendon in his knee against the game against Washington on Monday night. I saw that play. He kind of got backed up and then just stepped wrong, and his knee kind of gave out. Unfortunate news. They needed a veteran presence in the offensive line. The offensive line for the Bengals have not been anything to brag about, and now they're 0-3, which we'll get into. But tough loss for them. Not looking good. But that's done with the negative. Let's get out of the negative. Let's talk about the positive.
Love.
If you're a cheesehead, we got some news here. Jordan Love news, and a tweet that I saw. Dude. I saw a tweet this morning, I believe earlier today, that says it looks like Packers Jordan Love will play at less than 100% maybe on Sunday against the Vikings. It's quoted as saying that Love is back at practice, willing to play less than 100%. Certainly makes sense. He'll be out there this week against the Vikings. So
he loves ball.
I mean, he, like you said last episode, he was itching to get.
He almost played last week, so I think he's full go. The big division game, he's got to go.
Yeah, you put him out there against 3-0 Vikings.
Got to go.
So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, it says that he's likely playing. We'll see if they announce it. Yep. But keeping it up with the positive, because I'm sick of the negative on top of the morning news. It's just the IR injury reserve announcements. We got more positive stuff to talk about because we love football. Football's fun. little news, but NFL viewership is up 10% from last season, which was a record-breaking season already.
10%'s a lot.
10%,
considering like how many people watch the NFL already.
10% is a good
like 10 million more people. Like that's a lot.
Probably. We just had a game in Brazil. We had a college football game in Dublin, Ireland. So football's, more people are watching it, and we love football. It's football season, baby. But the NFL is up 10% from last year. Last year was a record-breaking season, so the viewership is at 10% higher, and it looks like in the way it's trending, it's going to continue to rise. So yes. We watch football. We love football. We're going to talk about it.
We want our viewership to go up 10% from last week.
I want our viewership to go up 210%.
So if you like the podcast, share it with your friends, share it with your family, tell your grandma about it, subscribe, comment what you want to see. Put some more comments. Any segments you want to see, put them in there. We're here. We're going to be here. So we're going to talk about it.
I don't care if you know us too. If whoever's watching this, just let us know what you want us to talk about. We'll talk about anything. You want to talk about badminton? I'll write some notes about badminton.
You want me to talk about the Jags? I don't want to, but I will. You want me to talk about the 0-3 Jags?
I don't think anybody wants to talk about the 0-2 Jags, but that's the top of the morning news. We got a little bit of positive in there. Let's toss it to Jay for the best segment.
Antonio Brown tweet of the day.
Kicks him in. Antonio Brown.
Go on social media, man. This is about us, nobody else, man.
I don't know if you guys watched Monday Night Football. I'm sure you did. We had a doubleheader. Joe Burrow and the Bengals fall to 0-3. I mean, he did have a good game, but AB is not impressed, obviously. Ellen DeGeneres is now 0-3, leading the Cincinnati Bengals. Just crazy. I mean, the AB just went off on Joe Burrow. I mean, it was like a string of 3 tweets, how ass are the Bengals? And it's somebody with a massive booty. But Ellen DeGeneres, Joe Burrow, 2024 Ellen DeGeneres, he's got to dye his hair back, I think, at this point. Get the flow back. Get the flow, brown hair. I like that Joe Burrow better.
Yeah, I agree. I think the locker room likes that Joe Burrow better. I think the fans.
Everybody in the NFL likes the other Joe Burrow.
This is a great tweet. I'm not going to lie. Yeah. This is hilarious.
Classic. But let's go over our week 3 pick results.
Yep, I'm pulling up the schedule here. Also, this is a great episode, guys. This is a great episode. We had a lot of talk about. A lot of good football, but I got the episode. I got the schedule up here. So let's recap these, Johns, if you want to start.
Yeah, so we had on Thursday night, we had the Pats going to the Jets. We both had the Jets winning in that one. And then Sunday, Danny Dimes goes to Cleveland and beats the Browns. We both lost on that one. I think we're done picking the Browns for the season.
Done picking the Browns, the Jags, the Bengals, all of them. They're done.
Go ahead.
And then the next game we're looking at, the Bears go into Indianapolis and lose. I picked this one right. I believe you did as well. Sure. The shocker of the week, the Minnesota Vikings handle the Houston Texans we talked about. We both get this wrong, I think, right? Or no?
No, I didn't pick them. But I picked the Texans.
Okay, so we both get this wrong.
But
then we got the Philly, simmers the fire down.
As dogs going into New Orleans, Philly gets a win. We were both on that one.
Both right on that one.
And then the Chargers came to town and visit the Pittsburgh Steelers. I was on the Chargers. You were on your Steelers, of course.
I actually wrote down Chargers when we started making the notes for that episode, and then my gut feeling, I don't know what it was, but I picked the Steelers.
You pick your team. You pick your team, yeah.
Not all the time, but yeah, here we go.
I mean, yeah. And then Bo Nix and the Broncos go to Tampa Bay, get a big time win.
Nose, baby.
Bo knows, baby. Big time win for the Broncos on the road against the Bucs. The Bucs did not look good, but I think they'll be okay.
They need to bounce back. And then we got the Packers, the revenge game. They go into Tennessee. I was wrong. I said Tennessee needed a bounce back game here. I picked Tennessee. They decided to say, hey, Matt, you know what? We don't care about what you say. We're going to lose this game because it doesn't matter. Will Levis is going to do something stupid every week. We're going to make a video about it. Probably I'll make an edit about Will Levis every single week. This guy's on Shaq and a Fool every week, and we're going to leave it at that.
I did pick against my sleeper team. My sleeper team was the Tennessee Titans. They are proving me wrong at every step of the way.
They're sleeping.
But they are asleep right now. I did pick against them Packers. I like the Packers. I'm a Packers. Like that's kind of like I wouldn't say my NFC team, but I always like root for the Packers kind of on the low.
Yeah, they're looking good. And then we got your guy, our guy, Andy Dalton. Dalton. Prove me wrong.
I'm always a believer in it. I didn't pick the Panthers just because they are poverty, but Andy Dalton. I have nightmares about Andy Dalton from like the early 2010s. Him playing the Ravens, and like him and AJ Brown. Like that's Joe Montana, Jerry Rice when they have the Ravens on the schedule. Oh my gosh!
Just a quick little note because we're both fans of the same division. If you didn't know, Ravens fan, Steelers fan, guys. I used to watch the Bengals play us in like 2013. Guys, they had one person on this team. His name was AJ Green, number 18 out there.
Did I say AJ Brown?
Yeah, it's fine. They know who you're talking about on the X. When I tell you that we couldn't guard this man, if we wanted, we could have had 11 guys out there versus AJ. They could have had no one else on the field. He's going for 10 receptions, 145 yards. Anyway, Andy Dalton proves both of us wrong again.
Yeah,
and they win crazy land. I was wrong on this one. You were wrong on this one. Take it away.
Yeah, and then we have the Tua-less Dolphins went to Seattle. Seattle 3-0 as well, I believe. Right.
This is right. How you feel about the Packers. This is my NFC team. Yeah. I fell in love with them with the Legion of Boom. So I've always rooted. I've loved Russell when he was there. I love watching their defense. I love Pete Carroll when he was there. I like the new coach now, but they're always like my
legend. He should have been the head coach of the Ravens, honestly.
He's a great coach.
He is.
But that's my little NFC hidden love team right there.
And then the Lions bounce back and get a win in Arizona. Good football game, but the Lions bounce back and get a win. We were both right on that one as well.
Yep.
And then my Ravens finally get a win, barely squeaking by.
Holding
on for dear life in the fourth quarter against the Cowboys, but we're in the win column.
Both right on that one. I had, unfortunately, this is where I fluffed up, I guess, but I had San Francisco in this game. They decided to win this game for kind of like your Ravens, where it's like they're winning a lot. But instead of the Ravens, they took it even a step further. They're going to, we're going to win this game for 59 minutes, and then the last minute we're going to throw this one out the window. Yeah. So I was wrong. Did you pick San Francisco as well?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, so we're both wrong on this one. Not great. And then we got the Taylor Swift backup dancers.
The refs.
The refs. My bad. The refs beat. The Chiefs.
No, the refs.
The Chiefs beat the Falcons. I was right on this. Who did you have this?
I had the Falcons.
Yeah. Oh, you took Kirko Chains.
I took Kirko Chains. And
I was right. He was wrong. The refs were always right. You can't. It's like the customer's always right. The refs are always right.
Yeah, they are. It's hard. It's hard to beat Taylor Swift.
Yeah. I agree. You can talk about these last two games.
Yeah, Monday night. We moved to Monday night. The Bills put an absolute beatdown on the Jags. The Jags are dead. They are fully dead. The Bills roll. And then the Commanders, boys. The Commanders. Yeah. They get it done. And Jaden Daniels, baby. Offensive Rookie of the Year. Goes to Cincinnati, gets a big-time dub against Joe Burrow and the Bengals. I didn't pick, but I said the Bengals are going 0-17 before the season started. That is still alive currently. That is alive.
That's alive. I split on this. I had the Bills winning. Not that convincingly, but I did take the Bills. And then I had what I thought was Ellen DeGeneres and her staff was going to come out and get a bounce back win after being on 0-2. They're at home. They're hosting a rookie quarterback, and they were just like, you know what? We're worried about our episode tonight on Ellen DeGeneres. We're more worried about that. So they lose. And I split. So anyway, me and Jay, we actually go to the same record this week. We have 9-7, 9-7 from both of us. That moves me to 30-18 and got Jay at 500 right now. A little bit. I mean, I'm up 6 games. It's not crazy, but you're at 500. I'm at 30-18.
Made it back to 500. I'll take it.
That's good. After going, you're at negative. So
yeah. Let's recap some Monday Night Football real quick. The Jags, like I said. Absolutely horrible. Trevor Lawrence, 8 straight losses. Couldn't hit the wrong side of the barn. He was throwing passes in the dirt, overthrowing. DeMar Hamlin gets his first ever reception. Trevor Lawrence, the first guy to ever throw a reception to someone who died.
Dude, sorry, that's crazy. Not like that's funny. That's just crazy. That's a crazy stat.
The Jags,
he's got to be first in something, I guess.
I mean, one not positive stat, but we'll move on. Jags defense give up gives up 288 yards and 19 first downs in the first half. It is over for the Jags. It's not looking good.
Yeah, no, I mean, good Lord. I actually didn't even watch the first start of this game. I thought they both came on around the same time. I get on my setup. I turn the Commanders game on. I throw the Bills up on my other monitor, and it's like 14-3 already in the second quarter. What happened? Yeah. I know what happened. The Bills have the best quarterback in the league right now. I know everybody argues who's number one, but man, Josh Allen is playing out of his mind. 9 total touchdowns with 0 turnovers. 7 in the air, 1 on the ground. He's playing at a different level right now. The Bills they straight up go and dismantle the Jaguars, who are in a lot of scenarios like other teams. We're in a must-win game, kind of like the Bengals, and they take a cock on the field.
Yeah,
the Bills are a complete team. They're a scary team. That defense plays well. That offense, they play well as obviously as well. A young receiving core too. I was kind of, a lot of people with losing, Diggs and kind of were up in the air.
They have big names, like their wide receiver core, like as far as on paper, like big names, like they are not like a big wide receiving core in like the league. No. So Josh Allen is doing it with everybody.
They play big though. They're open.
I mean, I think that's why like Josh Allen should be in the lead for the MVP, just because. I mean, the guys are playing well around. Like Shakur is playing really well. But he's wide open, and Josh Allen's hitting him, and he's going for big yards. So.
Even Cook, like Cook is not a
James Cook is
back.
Yeah, he's solid.
They're. I think the biggest thing about the Bills, the testament to the Bills, is how well coached they are. That coaching staff for years now has been so good. I know they lose in the playoffs, but they're losing to the Chiefs and the Bengals when they were hot. Like they're losing to great teams. Like the Bills are a great team. They've been a really good team for a long time. But the Jags, on the other hand, y'all are done. Paying Trevor Lawrence $275 milli vanillis on a contract, and he's 0-8 in his last. I was kind of high on Trevor Lawrence when he came out of college. It usually takes about 2 years for your quarterback kind of know how he is, and he's just been.
He's been playing bad, but I think everyone around him has also not been playing well. Either. So
no, he's playing like dog water. Offensive line. I touched on this last week's episode that I watched the film breakdown of them playing the Bears, and their offensive line looked horrible against Chicago, maybe even worse than the Bears did. They playing like caca. Trevor's playing like caca. Their defense is playing like hot dog water.
Yeah.
It's not looking good. Doug Peterson, I don't know. It seems like he and the coaching staff have no identity of this football team. They have no control over it. I don't even know what, like as a Jaguars fan, or even in that like the building, like I don't even know what the move forward is. You thought you had a quarterback. I still like Trevor. I think he could be a good quarterback, but like is it coaching? Is it development? I have no idea. But it's huge, disappointing for the season for the Jaguars, and I'm sure their fans are really disappointed.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not even sure what the move forward here. In the play calling, you talked to me about this on the phone.
Yeah.
3 straight passes and 3 and out after the Bills go down and score. That's your
first drive. Yeah.
That's your first 15 play sheet.
It felt like the game was over when they punted like their first drive. I was
literally
like, Josh Allen's going to go down and score a touchdown, and the game's pretty much over at that point.
Yeah, Bills. All I know is Bills are really good. They're really well coached, and the Jags, y'all got to. I don't even know.
Yeah. The Bills are coming out hot, like against Miami last week on Thursday. Like that game was pretty much over at halftime. This game was pretty much over at halftime, and then they just cruise in the second half. And Mitch Trubisky's playing in the fourth quarter for the Bills.
Yeah,
so, they roll. Let's talk about Joe Burrow and the Bengals.
Our lovely division rival. Rival.
If you look at paper, like Joe Burrow, he had 324 yards through the air, 3 touchdowns, but he had to answer Jaden Daniels like for most of the game. I think that's why his stats are a little bit bumped up. But the Bengals defense, kind of suspect. Kind of suspect right now.
So bad.
I mean, Jamar Chase had 2 touchdowns. They had a good offensive day. But Jaden Daniels, Offensive Rookie of the Year, coming in hot. He's the betting favorite right now after the Monday night game. Jaden Daniels accounted for more touchdowns than he had incompletions. And it wasn't like he was throwing 2-yard out routes. He was throwing bombs down the
rocket launcher.
Like dimes to Terry McLaurin. I did hear Colin Cowherd talk about Jaden Daniels. He reminds him of Lamar Jackson a little bit, but his passing in the pocket looks better early on than Lamar did in his career when he first started in the league. So Jaden Daniels, look out. Commanders may have found a guy.
Oh, they definitely found a guy. I'm not going to go crazy. Obviously this was an amazing game.
Yeah.
Only being one of 3 teams since 2000 to go back-to-back games of not punting. Your punter's just on the bench the whole game is extremely impressive. I forget the second team. I know the first one was actually the '04 Steelers, which had a rookie, Ben Roethlisberger. I don't remember the other team. I think it was like in the 2010s, late 2010s or something. I can't remember the other team they said. And then now the 2024 Commanders. So that's impressive. But I will say this is the first game I did watch of Jaden. I didn't watch too many of the the Commanders games before. They weren't a real team that I was interested in. But this, I will say, I was very impressed. I'm not going to go out here and say he's some of these. I see some of you guys. You guys got to relax. But he played really well. He played really well, and I was very impressed. I heard a comparison about it, which I'll get into. But my biggest impression from this team is Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn seems to, yet again, be coaching his ass off for another team, and he does it quietly. He did it for the Falcons. He got them to a Super Bowl and should have won. Obviously, we all know. But I've been a fan of him. I've been following him since, again, when I talk about Seattle, they're my little favorite NFC sleeper or love crush over there. I started with them, and he was the control of that defense. He was the D coordinator for the LOB in those years that they were dominant, and then he gets the job in Atlanta. But I've been extremely impressed. I've been following him for a while, so I think him and Cliff Kingsbury has this team rolling. The coaching, again, a lot of good teams in the league right now. A lot of it comes down to coaching, and the the Washington Commanders have really good coaching staff. Jaden Daniels, again, we had it on the over/under reaction. You just said it, but offensive rookie of the year is easily attainable now. Yeah. I think it's definitely in sight for him, and I feel like if you're a Washington fan, I saw a comparison, and I think this is a really good one, was a young RG3 2.0. I remember watching, when he got to Washington, and it was a bright, they had, Washington has been really good for a while and won a Super Bowl in a really long time. And when RG3 got there, it was a breath of fresh air, and the fan base kind of got, rallied around him. And that rookie season he had was amazing. I know he got hurt, dealt with a lot of injuries, and kind of didn't really pan out maybe in what they thought, but I heard some comparisons. RG3 2.0, I like it a little bit. I really do. I think this is fun. I think this is a fun team to watch. I watched them. They played great. I mean, they're out here calling passes to the offensive lineman. It was a fun game to watch. Like if you're a Washington fan, I don't even care if y'all don't do good in the playoffs. This is a fun team. This is a fun, young, exciting team and a well-coached team. On the other hand, we're talking about these doo-doo Bengals. Talk about a huge disappointment. I mean, 0-3 for the Bengals. You lose to the only one on this planet. If you guys watch the edit that I made,
I'm just a hater, but it's working out.
It is kind of working out. This guy might be the only one to think of that. But losing to New England week 1, like you've been, I think now the second time you've been like a huge favorite and losing. You lose week 1 in New England. You lose at home to a rookie quarterback. I know Jaden Daniels played great, but like your quarterback did play well. I will say this: Joe Burrow was throwing. Like his touchdown passes to Chase, he had some really good plays in this game. Like he didn't just come out and lay an egg. Your defense, oh man, oh my gosh, y'all played horrible. You guys needed a bounce back. You needed a must win, and yeah, you came out kind of flat on defense. The head coach right now, Zach Taylor, I don't know. I don't really know if I'm a fan of his. I don't know. I think another thing about these 0-3 teams is like it leads a lot on coaching, and I'm disappointed. In Cincinnati, there's a lot of dysfunction. Again, moving forward, there's a lot of noise. Jamar Chase coming in the offseason, Burrow coming back. Like there's a lot of noise. There's a lot of expectation. Y'all are 0-3,
and they were talking so much. Like they were talking before the game. Like I forget the DB was talking like it's a college offense. Like going into you're 0-2 and you're talking trash before the game, and then you lose again
to a rookie quarterback at home
and play football.
Yeah, not great. Not a good look. Not a good look for the head coach. Not again Taylor. Not a good look for Burrow. Not a good look for Chase. The defensive fans. I don't know. It's very disappointing, but we'll see how they look in the next.
Let's move on to this week.
Yeah, let's
make some picks.
All right, let's get the schedule up.
Yes.
All right, I'll start it off. I'll keep talking. Everybody wants to hear me talk. We got them boys, them Cowboys. They go to the Giants.
Malik Neighbors, baby.
They go face one guy. He's out at the wide receiver position. Who do you got in this one?
I'm going to pick the Cowboys. I think I think the Giants had a good win against the Browns, obviously, but the Browns are not looking good at all. Cowboys, like this is a must win for the Cowboys if they're going to compete in the NFC East. Like we just covered, the Commanders are playing well. They need to win this game. I'm going to go with the Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm going with the Cowboys as well. I saw the video of Dak coming back to the locker room after the game, and he was like, y'all can jump off if you want that boat, that bandwagon. I'm not, Dak. You're holding me like Captain America with the helicopter. You're holding me, baby. I'm still here. I'm picking Dallas.
And then we move to Sunday. The Saints, after losing their first game this season, go to Atlanta. How you feeling about this one?
I think this is going to be
big division game as well.
Big division game on the road. I do have New Orleans in this. I'm not the biggest fan of Kirk Cousins. Everybody knows that, but I think that I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think this is going to be a close game, big division game, like you said. But I think that offense kind of bounces back. They did face a good Eagles defense, where Carter, by the way, just ruined that game for them. He just dominated. But I have New Orleans bouncing back in this one. I think it'll be a close game. I think this will be a really fun watch.
I'm going to go the other way just because I need to catch up to you, but I'm picking Kirk Cousins and the boys at home. I think Bijan gets going a little bit against the Saints, and hopefully their defense can hold up against that offense. I'll pick the Falcons.
Yeah. You can talk about your favorite
team here. Andy Dalton revenge game, baby. The Bengals go to Carolina. That Adam Thielen news, I think, is big for them, even though Deontay Johnson had a really good game. I mean, I'm just going to stick with my guns here. The Bengals are going 0-17. Give me the Panthers, baby, at home to bounce back, get 2-2. That would look horrible for Bryce Young if Andy Dalton comes out and has another good game. Panthers.
Oh man, I have it written down for Cincy. Like I have it written down, but I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm going with Andy Dalton.
Let's go.
He convinced me. You convinced me. I'm going with that Red Rocket, baby. Give me the Panthers. I'm not picking any 0-3 teams. Screw them. They all suck. I don't care. Give me the Panthers. Give me the Panthers. Moving on. We got the Rams, the IR team, the Space Jam, injured reserve bench in that movie. We got the Rams going to Chicago, the worst offensive line in NFL history. Even though they are depleted, they just beat the San Francisco 49ers. And I hate to break it to Chicago fans, but y'all are not the San Francisco 49ers. So give me the Rams to go on the road and win this game.
They're underdogs in this game, and I don't know why. Give me the Rams. I mean, it starts in the trenches, and if you can't block, like, you're not going to win football games. So give me the Rams.
That's why the Bears haven't really won much.
Exactly. And then our matchup of the week, we have a massive division game. The 3-0 Vikings go to Lambeau Field and take on the Packers. Who you got in this one?
Oof. This is a fun game. I'm glad this is our matchup of the week because we're gonna break it down in a little bit. So I'm gonna keep it short. I'm gonna stay with the hot team against the young quarterback. Give me the MVP second runner. We'll say the Minnesota Vikings.
I'm gonna go with the Packers right here.
You picked them last week.
I did. I like the Packers. Jordan Love. We don't know if he's playing yet, but I do think he will play. Packers at home, baby. Jordan Love's back. I like LaFleur. He's coaching them up really well. That defense is looking good. Give me the Packers.
I like it. Then we got the maybe second hottest team in the NFL, the 0-3 Jags. They go to Houston. Let's keep this one quick. They're done. They're flatlining. Call it, doctor. We're taking Houston. Easy bread. I don't care.
Yep. I'm with you. Give me the Texans to bounce back, get a win against the doo-doo Jags.
Yeah, we got my team next, baby. You know what? I'm learning. I'm growing as a human here. I'm learning to be optimistic. I haven't really been a fan of my team for like 7 years. We lost to Blake Bortles at home. We lost to Tim Tebow at home in the playoffs. Like, I've hated this team pretty much forever, it feels like, since 2008. But I'm a little bit optimistic. I'm learning to grow here. And with that being said, I'm going to stay with the 3-0 Steelers. I love our defense, and I'm going to go with them against a young quarterback. So give me the Steelers to win.
I think I've picked against the Steelers 2 of the 3 times. I think I picked them to beat the Broncos. But I'm picking them against them again. I'm going with the Colts.
Oh, my God.
Give me AR and the Colts.
All right.
I need the Steelers to lose for the Ravens' sake. So give me Give me
That's
the
true.
Colts.
That's fair. That's fair.
Then we have the Broncos, who just got a huge win. They go to Aaron Rodgers and the Jets at home. Aaron Rodgers looked great last week on Thursday Night Football. They got a little mini bye here. Give me the Jets at home after a decent break against Bo Nix.
Yeah, I agree with you on this one. I have the Jets as well, but I think this could be like almost like a trap game where I think Rodgers is going to play great, but I think like the Jets are going to overestimate the Broncos a little bit here, and I think it could be a little bit closer than
I
you know
agree. The
what's
Jets are 7-point favorites. I think the Broncos could cover that, but I
that's a
think the
lot.
Jets win. Yeah, it is a lot.
They're coming off a big win. I think Bo is going to continue to build off that. I think he's going to protect the ball. He might not do it all in the air, but he's going to make plays. I think it could be a lot closer than a lot of people think.
Yep. And then the Eagles go to the Bucks, which is actually this could be a good game. I actually like this game on paper. I don't really know where I want to go with this one.
Yeah, you do. You want to go to Philly. Fly, Eagles, fly.
They had no AJ Brown, no Devonta Smith in this one. They do have Saquon. They've been riding Saquon to start the season. Give me the Bucks, man. Give me the Bucks.
Okay.
The Bucks.
What's funny is starting this picks. I've had 2 question mark games, meaning I have no idea. I'm just gonna let the gut do it for me, and this is one of them. I have no idea either. Like you said, who's going out wide for the Philadelphia Eagles?
Yeah, I mean Goddard had a huge game. He had like 170 yards last week.
I know
he's gonna have to do it again.
I just the where we're coming off of is the Bucks are coming off of a loss. You're looking to bounce back at home. You're looking to be a little, more prepared. You have the Eagles coming off a big win against a good hot team. It wasn't a crazy win or anything as far as the scoreboard, but I think this is like you said, this is a great game. I don't know where I want to lean. I think I'm leaning Philly. I think I'm leaning fly Eagles fly. I think they take the win here on the road, but I would not be shocked if I get this wrong. This is a good game. Yeah. I think Philly needs to win a little bit more than just to get the gears rolling a little bit. Again, I know they're 2-1, but just offensively, I think they could, move it forward a little bit.
Okay.
But next game, we got offensive rookie of the year comes into, the number 1 in the Black Ops 6 leaderboard already to Kyler Murray. Dan,
dude,
who do you got in this one?
This is another game I like.
This is a great game.
This is a good game.
This is a great game.
I'm going to take the Cardinals at home.
Okay.
I think the Commanders are riding a high. I think it's kind of like a letdown spot. I don't think they probably punt in this one, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Give me Kyler Murray and the Cardinals at home against the Commanders.
Yep, and it's funny because I mentioned that I had 2 question marks on the picks so far, and the last game we talked about was the first one. This is actually the second one. I looked at this game and I'm like, I don't know what I make of either of these teams. I know they've had really highs and really lows, and I'm leaning towards the home team here. I think I'm just going to give it to the home team again. Rookie quarterback. I'm going to lean. I did this mistake. I picked the Bengals last week, but these aren't the Bengals. This team can actually play a little defense here. Taking Arizona, the home team in this one.
Nice. All right, then we have the Pats going to San Francisco. I'm going to keep this short. Think San Francisco bounce back at home against the Pats. I know they're depleted injury-wise, but give me the Niners.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to keep it kind of short as well. I have San Francisco coming back. I actually think this is going to be kind of a blowout. I think Gerard Mayo is going to kind of find out what it's like to coach against the top 3 coach in the league, and it's not going to be fun.
Now we have a big division game. The Chiefs go to the Chargers. I believe Justin Herbert might not play in this game.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough. Chiefs aren't playing their best ball. They are 3-0. They do have the refs on their side. Give me the Chiefs.
Yeah, I agree. I think even regardless if Herbert plays, I would still pick Kansas City here. I know the scary thing about Kansas City is normally they start slow with record.
Yeah.
Then they kind of pick it up in the latter half of the season. I actually had them 15-2 this year, and this is kind of playing into my favor because they normally, when it gets a little colder, that's when the Walrus man starts coaching. That's when Patty Mahomes starts throwing. The scary thing about the Chiefs is they're 3-0, and Pat Mahomes is not playing good at all. Like, not to what we know. So That's scary to keep an eye on. But I do have the Chiefs in this one. I think they go to 4-0 here, and they're not even playing good. That's scary. But, yeah. Anyway, we have the Doodoo Kaka Brands. We take a brand every time you pick them and I pick them.
Yeah, this is
they're going
Boot Bowl.
This is literally the poop bowl. I care less about this game.
Dude.
And I'm not picking the Browns because they
Oh.
suck. I'm not. I did it last week.
Oh.
They failed me. They lose to Daniel Jones. Are you
Oh.
kidding me? Taking Gardner Minshew and the Raiders, baby. Raiders.
I'm going to go the other way here. I'm going to pick the Browns. I just think their defense kind of picks up the slack a little bit in this game. Maybe scores some points for them. Give me the Browns. I think they can score enough to get it done against the Raiders.
He's going to regret that next week. Everybody take note.
Probably. And then Sunday Night Football, a banger.
Ooh.
A banger. The Bills come to town. They come to the bank, baby. Who do you got in this one? I'll let you go first.
I hate it, but I have to go with the Buffalo Bills. They are looking hot right now. They got the MVP front running, 9 touchdowns, no turnovers for Josh Allen. Y'all, listen, if this game was 3 quarters, y'all might be 10-point favorites in this game, but it's not, sadly.
It's 4.
I think this is like, I wouldn't be shocked if this way like sways the other way though. I wouldn't be shocked if y'all win this game at home. It's a much needed win. I think Harbaugh needs to coach really well in this game. Y'all need to prepare really well for this game. But the one thing I will say is I wouldn't be shocked if this is like a Lamar does it type of game. Like he just comes out, makes plays, matches Josh Allen, score for score or something, and ends up even making the play. Kind of like, the inch line in week 1 against Kansas City. I wouldn't be shocked if he plays like that. So, but I do have Buffalo in this one.
I'm gonna go with my Ravens, of course. I think the best way to beat the Bills is to keep Josh Allen off the field. Yeah. Hopefully, we can just feed Derrick Henry, get some long, sustained drives, score 7 and not 3, and the defense holds up a little bit against Josh Allen.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, big game though, big game.
Huge game.
A lot of people are gonna be watching that Sunday Night Football. Love that. I'll break down this first double header Monday night, and then you can take it away with my lovely Seahawks. I got the Doo-Doo Bowl 2.0. I got the 0-3 Titans versus, I don't even know who's at quarterback for the Finns because Skyler got hurt, right? I don't even know who's playing. Yeah. Is it gonna be Tyler Huntley?
Yeah, or Snoop. I don't know. I don't think they've announced a starter yet.
Whoever it is. See, I picked the Titans, and I picked the Titans 2 of the 3 weeks, I think, maybe even all 3, and they've let me down. And I think they're going to do it again, but it doesn't matter because I'm picking Will Levis, Shaqtin' the Fool, and they're going to go into Miami and take this game and get a W on the board.
I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to take the Dolphins. I think you have to game plan, and you just have to get Tyreek Hill the ball. Somehow, just get him the football, put him in the backfield. It doesn't matter. Just get him the ball and let him run. I think I don't know.
Will Levis is going to get Miami the ball at least twice in this game. He's just going to be like, hey, I have the snap. There you go.
Yeah, give me Miami. Hopefully they can get a win. They need a win. Tua is supposed to come back week 7. I believe that is what he's scheduled to come back from the concussion.
What are they, 1-2?
They're 1-2 right now.
Yeah, they need a win.
They need a win if they want to salvage the season.
0-3. 0-3 coming in at home. You got to win this game. Yeah. But Will Levis is gonna not make sure that doesn't happen.
And then we kind of have a low key banger game in the next one. The Seahawks go to Dan Campbell, yeah man, and the Lions. I don't know how I feel about this one.
Oof.
Give me the Lions at home.
Okay.
Dan Campbell and the boys. Tough place to play. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think the Seahawks go 4-0. They could. I wouldn't be surprised if they did. But give me the Lions.
Yeah, I wrote in my notes here. I have in parentheses sleeper game of the week. Yeah. If we didn't have the Minnesota, even the Buffalo game, like there's good games everywhere. Even the Chiefs, Chargers, Washington, we got a lot of good games. This is why I was excited for this episode. But I have Detroit winning at home. I do think Seattle takes the first L, but this is probably the most even coaching and quarterback matchup of the week. These coaches are very similar. They're really good coaches. They're I wouldn't say young guys, but new to the systems a little bit. I know Dan, man, it's been there for a little bit, but coaches and quarterbacks, Gino, Jared, again, a couple of overlooked quarterbacks, but I really love this game. I'm excited to watch this. I'm definitely going to be watching this and not the Doo-Doo Cocker Bowl
Yeah,
on Monday night. But I got Detroit at home winning this one. Those are our picks. Lock them in.
A lot of good matchups this week.
A lot of good matchups. Speaking of matchups, let's talk about that matchup of the week, Jason.
Jordan Love. He's back, hopefully. We'll see. He has been practicing this week. Looks like he's going to play. They host Sam Darnold and the Vikings. I've seen videos of Jordan Love hopping around on that leg.
He's moving
on the field, making cuts, doing everything that you want to see from someone who injured their knee 2 weeks ago. It's not like he's a huge running threat. Hopefully he just sits in the pocket. I'd game plan to get that ball out of his hands. You do not want him to get hit in the leg at all. Get that ball out. Big division game here, week 4. 3-0 Vikings. So maybe the surprise of the NFL so far through 3 weeks. The Vikings defense has been dominant to start the season. 16 sacks in 3 games. 5 interceptions, 1 recovered fumble. They've been flying around. Sam Darnold in that offense has been capitalizing on what the defense has been doing on those turnovers. They've been putting up points. They've been getting 7 points. They haven't been kicking field goals. But the Vikings defense does give up the 7th most passing yards per game through 3 weeks. I'd rather have Jordan Love in there trying to dissect that defense mentally than just go in with Malik Willis. And you know they're just going to try to run. The Vikings defense has been great against the run. So I think you need Jordan Love and the passing game to get past the Vikings in this one.
Yeah. No, I agree with all those points. I think, what's funny about the Vikings? I think they're like what the Steelers are with a little bit of offense. Like, maybe not as good as defensively overall. Like, I think we're a better overall defense, but they're just like us, but a little bit, they can move the ball.
They're like a bend, don't break kind of off or defense, and
they've
just been taking the ball away a ton.
Yeah, they're kind of like a big play defense. Like, they take the ball away. They kind of bend, like you said, but they live off of the takeaways.
They get you in like 3rd and long, 3rd and like 16 after a sack, and you just have to punt.
Yeah. So. I got huge game alert, baby. Big division game. I love it. This is our game of the week. This is why we picked it. Overall record, by the way, for head coach of the Cheeseheads, Matt LaFleur, versus the Vikings is 6-4. Overall, the Packers all time, or in the last, I think not all time. Sorry, since 2000, I think is 28-18-2. So it's leaning in the Packers' favor here. But things are about to change. Okay. Sorry to break it to y'all. That's why I had Minnesota in my pick. And I'm going to get right into the meat and potatoes. I don't care who's at quarterback. Sorry to break it to the cheeseheads of the world. I don't care. I don't care if it's Love. I don't care if it's
I don't care if it's Aaron Rodgers.
I don't care if it's Favre. I don't care who it is. Hey, Bart Starr. They bring back Lombardi coaching this game. I don't care if Fedora's on the sideline. I don't care who's out there. Now that they're saying less than 100% for maybe Love, you're going to throw Love out there against the number 1 sack defense in the league? Are you crazy? I don't know about that. You're going to throw him to the Wolves. We'll see how that goes. But you're playing the best D coordinator, in my opinion, in the NFL. Brian Flores should be a head coach. He should have been the head coach of this team right here when he was on our staff. He got the defense right and set the culture. Everybody wants to know why the Steelers are so good defensively the last couple of years. Point to this guy. This guy knows what he's talking about. This guy knows what he's doing. This coach is after the Vikings with Flores and Kevin O'Connell. Another like these 3-0 teams, or even some of these 2-1 teams. The coaching comes down to so much prep.
Youngest coach in the league too.
39
years old.
39 guys knows what he's doing. He's got a big football brain. Look like Peyton Manning's forehead out there. Going back to last year, Flores had this defense down Love's neck the whole game. Last year they hold him to 10 points. The defense had 8 QB hits last year. This was not when they were as good of a front and blitzing and all that. Now they had 8 QB hits, 15 pressures, I think was the total that I saw. I couldn't get a final stat on that, but in 1 turnover, they held the Packers last year to 270 yards at home. By the way, in Green Bay. I think y'all better get ready for something similar. I don't care who's at quarterback. This Viking teams. This is the last team you want to see with a less than 100% quarterback. They're coming off of beating San Francisco, another great team. They're dismantled one of the best teams in the AFC in Houston last week. They're on I don't think this is one of those where they cool down. They're hot, and this is not who you want to see. So I think the biggest factor is that D-line. I know, like I would rather have Love out there, like you said, to dissect the defense, but they're coming after you, bud. Yeah. And you're not 100%. That's rough. The 16 sacks, they're over 5 sacks a game, and who knows how many pressures and hits on the quarterback. I don't like that matchup. I don't like that at all. But that's my recap. I'm
excited about this one. I'll definitely be keeping an eye on this one on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm excited too.
Let's talk about some college football.
Talk about a big slate, baby.
We got some bangers this week. We got 5 game picks to go through. Let's start with a Big 12 matchup.
Mullet man, Dan.
Both coming off losses here. Oklahoma State goes to Kansas State. Who do you have in this one?
I know they're both coming off losses, but one of the losses was less of a rout than the other one. So I'm going to go with the better coach and quarterback combo in this one, even though they are on the road. I'm taking the Cowboys. I think they bounced back. I know they lost to a backup quarterback, but they played well in that game. And Ollie Gordon, he did not have the game that he needed to have. He's going to bounce back. Kansas State's going to have a problem with him. He's going to run. He's going to keep running. He might be running in the next Saturday after this one.
I think this will be a close game. I'm on the same side as you as well. Kansas State just got handled by BYU. I watched that whole game. Kansas State did not look good. I think Oklahoma State, like you said, they get the run game going a little bit, and they win this football game.
Yeah. Let's move on to another ranked matchup. We have 4 ranked games to talk about. Let's talk about the second one. The Louisville, number 15, goes into maybe the biggest joke of a loss I've ever seen in college football history. They go into Notre Dame, number 16. I don't care. They could put Rudy out there. They could put the janitor from that movie out there. I'm taking the Cardinals, baby. Okay. If you lose to Northern Illinois State University of Home and Blind, I don't know who they were. If you lose to them, you ain't getting picked from me. I don't care who you are. Give me the Cardinals on the road.
I'm going the other way. I'm picking Notre Dame. Like I like Louisville, but they haven't played anyone. They're ranked 15th in the country.
They're not playing anybody this week, so.
Give me Notre Dame at home. I don't believe in Louisville yet. If they win this game, then I will start taking them seriously. But give me Notre Dame.
You'll jump on the bandwagon.
All right.
Ready.
And then we get the Boomer Sooner.
Boomer
Sooner. They go to Auburn this is actually going to be a good game, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know where I want to go with this one. You know what? Give me Auburn at home.
Wow. Okay.
To upset Oklahoma.
Wow. Okay. I like it. Go with the home team here. I'm gonna stay on the opposite side of this one. I'm gonna go with Oklahoma. I think they bounce back this week. I don't know if they'll make a push for the playoff, but this would start it. This would kickstart it a little bit. Tough road game. Playing in the SEC is never fun. I don't care who you're playing, unless it's Vanderbilt. They suck. But at Auburn is rough. That's a tough environment. That's a hostile environment. You know, big energy, a lot of big plays probably coming in this game. But I got Oklahoma squeaking this one out. I think they win like the turnover battle or something to kind of give them the edge. Maybe even the refs or something. But I got Oklahoma in this one.
All right, then we have the 4-0 Illini going to Penn State in this one. Who do you have?
Yeah, Illinois coming off of now 2 ranked wins against ranked opponents. It's big.
Just beat Patrick Mahomes Jr.
Just beat Jackson Mahomes. So they're going into Penn State, though. That's a tough environment. I know they beat 2 ranked teams, but they're not going to beat a third. No. Give me the Nittany Lions to stay hot in the Big Ten. I think there's going to be a playoff team this year, and I think this is kind of going to be a statement game to let Illinois know we're not like them other ranked teams.
Yep, I agree with everything you just said. Give me Penn State Nittany Lions at home.
Then we got the matchup of the week, the matchup of the year. Number 2 plays number 4. We're going to break it down after we get our picks. So I'm just going to keep it short. I ain't giving nothing about nothing but the tie.
It's about nothing but tie, baby.
Give me Jalen Milroe. Give me this 17-year-old receiver who's just going to run around on Saturday, catching pass after pass. Give me the Alabama Crimson Tide. I've never wanted Georgia to lose a game more in my entire life. Give me the Bama Crimson Tide.
I'm not as high on Alabama routing Georgia in this game, but I do think Alabama gets it done at home. Give me the Crimson Tide, baby.
All right, well, we're going to break that down
Yeah,
in
let's
a
break it
second.
down. Let's break it down.
Those are our
Okay.
picks. I'm 12-10. He's 14-8. So I have him on the NFL. He has me on the college. So we're kind of battling back and forth a little bit there. But those are our picks. We'll get back into that on Tuesday when we recap them. But great slate, great college, great NFL matchup of the week.
Yeah, the Bulldogs. They travel to Tuscaloosa on Saturday. The best college football game we have had yet on paper to start the season. The Crimson Tide have rolled through their first 3 games. Western Kentucky, South Florida, Wisconsin. They've beaten all of those teams by a combined score of 147-26. They are underdogs at home for the first time in 17 years.
Crazy.
Jalen Milroe, he's been cooking. 8 TDs through the air, 0 interceptions, 156 yards on the ground, adds 6 touchdowns on the ground. Jalen Milroe, sleeper for Heisman. We'll see. Let's see how he performs against Georgia and that defense. Jalen Milroe is the last quarterback to give Georgia a loss. Is that going to repeat? We both obviously just picked Alabama. Georgia's coming into this game a little suspect, beating Kentucky by 1 point. They only scored 14 points in that game. They did just have this week off. So did Alabama, but Kirby Smart off a bye. He's going to be ready to go in this game. I'm expecting Georgia to show up a little bit in this game. I do have Alabama winning, but I'm pumped up for this one.
Yeah, I think everybody's pumped up for this one.
Yeah.
This is game of the year so far. I love it. All I got to say is roll tide, baby. Roll tide. Is this the first matchup of maybe 3 between these two teams? We got this Saturday, but could they meet in the SEC championship game? Jason, could they meet in the college football playoffs? Is this one of 3? We'll see. But the biggest game of Kalen DeBoer's career. Big game so far for his career at Bama. In my opinion, this is the first of many legacy games of my favorite quarterback in college football, Carson Beck. They have a gauntlet coming up. I've never seen anything like this in my life, and it starts this Saturday in Tuscaloosa. That place is going to be rocking with energy, and I can't
Nick Saban,
wait.
College game day goes back. That place is going to be banana land.
It's going to be electric. I wish I would give anything for us two to be at that game.
Dude,
I would one day. This show will be coming to you live in Tuscaloosa. All right. Both teams are coming off of loss or bye weeks. So like you said, Kirby Smart will have them boys prepared. I think Alabama will be just as prepared. I think it comes down to who wants it more. Who's going to put the hats together and make the plays needed in crunch time? And like I said earlier, it's going to be Bama. Bama's run game is going to be huge in this game. It's going to be a huge factor in the win. Coming off of Kentucky, they were able the game against Georgia, they were able to control that game and stay in it. They didn't run, away with it on the ground, but they were able to control the pace of the game to not only stay in that game, but in my opinion, they should have won it. They had a pick 6 called back. So that was a little bit of a sway there, but they should have won that game. So I think the Tide can take advantage of that, not only on the ground with the running backs they have, with guys like Jamarion Miller and Justin Haynes, but with Milroe as well. Like, that guy is going to make play after play after play in this game. Georgia's defense has to be ready for that. That attack that could be the factor in this game, kind of playing keep away from Georgia. And for Georgia, it's the offense as a whole. As a whole, they haven't looked great. They didn't look great in the first almost 3 quarters against Clemson. Last week, they looked like was that the Jags out there? Good. Or not last week, but 2 weeks ago against Kentucky. I think I'm still not sold on Carson Beck. I know that's kind of been told, but I'm not the biggest Carson Beck fan. So I'm not sold on him at all. He has a lot to prove, especially the last time he saw this team. They dropped 4 interceptions, Jason. I'm talking about right here, the numbers. They dropped 4 picks in the SEC championship game. Count them 4, not 3, not 1, but 4. So last time he saw them, he was seeing ghosts, kind of like Will Levis has been. So in my opinion, I think it's the whole Georgia offense as a whole. I think they need to keep up, score, match, Bama. I think Bama's gonna put points on the board. I know this defense is good, but I don't care. This is the best offense they've faced. So they need to come in and match them. Bama's coming into this game almost 40 a game on offense. They're averaging 49 points to Georgia's 31. They're gonna have to move the ball and kind of like do what Joe Burrow just did. Monday night. They're gonna have to score and match the other team. So that's my biggest matchup is Georgia's offense as a whole and Bama's run game. I think those are the two key factors in that game. But biggest game, I'm so excited for that one.
I like Jalen Milroe from like watching him play last year to this year. I think he's developed a lot. I think that Kalen DeBoer offense is working really well for him.
Yeah.
He's sitting in the pocket making throws, and then he also has that rushing ability when he needs to, but it's not like a rush first type. He's sitting in the pocket making the big throws. It kind of reminds me of like Jalen Hurts when he was with Bama.
I was literally just about to say that, like Hurts into Tua and now into, like even Young and now into Milroe. Like they've had guys constantly been able to do it on the ground, get the job done on the ground, get the job done through the air. Heisman candidates, like these guys are legit. They're recruited for a reason, and I can't wait for this game. I want it to be right now.
Me too. I'm ready to go.
Let's get into the last segment.
Yeah, let's gamble on some sports, baby. Got some solid some college picks. I actually really like this slate. NC State -6.5 against NIU. It was a good run for NIU. Congrats, beating Notre Dame.
Dude, they stole $1 million. They're good.
But you just lost to Buffalo. You just lost to a MAC team at home. You're not covering a touchdown on the road against an ACC team. Give me NC State -6.5. And then Oklahoma State's getting 5. They're getting 5 points against Kansas State. We both just picked Oklahoma State to win outright on the road in Kansas State. They just got the doors blown off of them by BYU. Like I said before, I think Oklahoma State can get that run game going against Kansas State and cover the 5 points. And then give me Bama money line at plus chicken 1. They won 8 of their last 9 against the Bulldogs. Underdogs at home? What are we talking about? I don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide, baby.
Roll Tide, baby.
Tide. Let's move to the NFL. A couple props. Zamir White, running back for the Las Vegas Raiders. 37.5 rushing yards is his prop for a starting running back. What against the Browns? That line's kind of disrespectful. Give me over 37.5 rushing yards. And then Tutu Atwell, over 37.5 receiving yards for the Rams. He ran routes on 86% of dropbacks last week, had 93 yards through the air. No Cup, no Puka on the field for the Rams. Tutu Atwell, over 37.5 receiving yards. And then I have one pick as far as sides go this week. Rams money line on the road. They are underdogs. Give me the Rams to win outright. Those are the bets that I have rocking for this week.
And those are all hitting. I really like the Tutu Atwell one. I think that's
way too low.
That's way too low.
Yeah.
That's way too low. But those are his bets, guys.
Yes. Let's win some money.
Those are his bets.
But that's the episode.
That's an episode. Speaking of bets, hey, sign up on Underdog.
Oh, yeah.
Fantasy.
Underdog Fantasy. Code WOOD.
Please.
$1,000 deposit bonus when you sign up. Code WOOD. Free money. We've kind of been crushing. We need to post more pics on socials for you guys, but Code JBiggs, or not Code JBiggs, sorry. Code WOOD on Underdog Fantasy.
Both. Who cares? Those are his best. Those are all hitting. Like you said, we're going to post more of those on socials for you guys. I've been close, man. I'm getting these bets. I got one guy who decides to be an idiot and then cost me like $500 of winning. But it's fine. That's betting. That's it. But what an episode! What an episode!
What a great week of football we have this weekend,
guys. If you watch any other sports, I'm sorry. Like I feel bad for you right now. It's like football season. I don't care about baseball playoffs. I don't care about WNBA. I don't care about nothing but the Tide.
I get this bad number Tide, baby.
Great episode. A lot of stuff to look forward to. Excited for the recap. Episode next Tuesday. Like we said earlier, like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you like. Let us know what you don't like. Let us know what you want to see. Let us know what you might not want to see.
Let's have a day. Let's have a weekend. I'm excited.
I'm excited, man.
I have more than wood right now. Thinking about it.
I do as well. I'm not going to lie to you. This is a big week. I'm excited. All I know is these guys right here are 3-0.
That's crazy.
I don't even know. I don't even know what's happening in football anymore.
AFC North stinks.
They are bad. They were supposed to be like the best division in football. We got the 0-3 Bengals, the 1-2 Browns.
Ravens got to beat the Bills this week, man.
That's a big game. Good Lord. A lot of stuff.
Sunday night football, baby. The bank's going to be rocking.
there's a lot of places going to be rocking. Green Bay's going to be rocking. Tuscaloosa's going to be rocking. Everybody's going to be rocking.
That's the episode. Let's wrap it up. I appreciate you guys. We will be back Tuesday next week to recap this massive football weekend. We appreciate you guys. Have a good one. Skull, baby. We're out of here.
Roll Tide!